Yes, guys, welcome back to flatcapeurotalk, and today I'm going to be reviewing Weston McKennie, the very popular American player who currently plays for Juventus, but seems to be on the way out the door. There are lots of rumors suggesting that Spurs are very interested in him. Fabio Paratici was the one that signed him from FC Schalke, so let's crack into this one onto maybe why maybe Spurs are very interested in the American player. He's born in Fort Lewis, Washington, USA, which is not too far away from where I was born in Seattle. It's a bit south of Tacoma, where I also went to school at one point as well. He's 23 years old. I think he turns 24 in August. His height is 6 feet 0 inches and 1.83 meters tall. So, decent height for a center mid. He kind of can play a lot of different positions, to be honest. He can play center mid. It's probably his most comfortable position. He can also play as a CDM easily. And even if you need him to, he could play definitely a center back and like a back three. His club currently is Juventus, and his youth clubs included FC Dallas in Texas, and then Schalke in Kaiserslautern, Germany, or sorry, excuse me, Gelsenkirchen, Germany. Just interesting, he was actually, I think, the son of an Air Force an Air Force pilot, or the son of a someone who served in the U.S. Air Force, and was born in Fort Lewis, Washington, which is at a military base, and then at one point also was growing up in Kaiserslautern, Germany, and I believe an Air Force base over there. So just been an interesting fact. His market value is around 22.5 million pounds at this moment in time, according to Transfermarkt, and his contract expires in 2025. That's why I find this a bit interesting, is why he's rumored with going to Spurs, because he really did just sign for Juventus. So they must really just want him out the door. Maybe they're not happy with him at this moment in time. His attributes include being very positionally versatile. He can basically play almost any position around the park, maybe apart from maybe a number 10. He's a very, very hardworking, extremely hardworking player, very industrious as well. And I don't take those attributes lightly. Those are really his main attributes, I would say. Pretty decent ball carrier as well, can carry it with a lot of confidence and just has a good touch on him, and can carry it with a lot of strength and power. He's a very, very strong tackler as well, very athletic player, and he has lots and lots of stamina. He could basically run forever. You can see a lot of these kind of bleed into each other, these attributes, but at the same time, these are very, very worthwhile attributes for a center midfielder. And so I feel like maybe he could be, to a degree, a bit similar to someone like Ollie Skip, could actually fill in for Ollie Skip if need be, compete for Ollie Skip if need be. I'm very, very satisfied with Skippy at this moment in time. Don't really want him to be, replaced by anyone else, but this could, just at least ease the burden on Skippy in case, an injury or, a suspension were to happen. His 2021 22 stats, excuse me, it's supposed to say 2020, 21 stats, so forgive that. His interceptions around over 1 per 90 and put him in the 89th percentile. Most of his stats, including kind of defensive stats from last season, because that's really what he was pretty much asked to do most of last season. And so his tackles 1.48, put him in the 91st percentile of all midfielders in Serie A. His 0.69 passes blocked per 90, that put him in the 95th percentile. Had a fair amount of clearances per 90, and also had a lot of pressures per 90, with over 20 pressures per 90 at 91st percentile ranking of all midfielders, which is definitely not an easy feat, I would say. And passes made under pressure. This is a bit interesting because it kind of shows that he would be someone who I would think would have a lot of passes made under pressure, but it seems to have played in a very deep line kind of midfielder sort of role at Juventus, and only completed around 7.61 per 90 in the 75th percentile. What you really want is your midfielder to be around 10 per 90, I think, for passes under pressure. So, I think he could easily do that. Just maybe had to do with the way the Serie A works, and also just the position that he would play for Juventus. He also hasn't had too many minutes under his belt. It's kind of been off and on as a starter and coming off the bench there. Dribblers tackled 0.74 per 90 and 88th percentile. He's very good at taking on a dribbler. He really is unbelievable tackler, I must say. But let's break down the highlights of Weston McKennie, everybody. Think right here you can already see that kind of ball carrying range and confidence there, but he's also just a very box to box player. He's a very box to box player. That was very interesting goal. He's very lackadaisical with that, but look at that high pressure. That's exactly what you want to be seeing. This looks like it was for the U.S. men's national team here. Great finisher, clearly knows how to get into the box well, and is an unbelievable tackler. He really is a hard-nosed player, everybody. And also, I would say actually has a decent aerial win rate from what I saw on FBref.com, as you can see right here from some of these highlights, has a very good aerial win rate. Loses a fair amount of aerials, but at the same time, like, he wins a fair amount, so it just shows, he definitely challenges most players in the air. That's a great pass made by him. Great strength showed there, and wow, that's absolutely class. Taking on Duvan Zapata and keeping it in as well. What a player right there. That is an unbelievable tackle. You can tell Ronaldo must have liked him because he was winning the ball always. Wow, that is an unbelievable goal. Dejan Kulusevski just absolutely shows that man the weight room there. Beautiful hesitation and step over. You can see he really is a good ball carrier. The stats don't really show that he's a good ball carrier, but I would say he certainly is from what I've seen from him. I really enjoyed him at Schalke. I really did actually. I really liked his days over in Gelsenkirchen because he just played almost every single position there. He could play center back, he could play center mid, he played center defensive mid. He just did basically everything for them. And ever since he's moved to Juventus, there've been a few issues, it seems like, with his attitude. He's had that issue where he hosted a party or was a part of a party where he caught COVID and got, I think, in a lot of trouble for that. And also has just been kind of, I think, known as not the greatest trainer or something like that. He's just not, he's kind of upset, a lot of the Juventus hierarchy and some of the Juventus coaches, which is a bit of a shame. And, we don't really want, more players at this club with a bad attitude, especially with Antonio Conte at the helm. But then again, if anybody were to kind of fix that bad attitude, it would be Antonio Conte. So it's kind of a two-part situation there. But he really is an unbelievable player, an unbelievable talent, and who doesn't love somebody from the beautiful state of Texas and Washington State for sure? But I don't know. I think I would take him. He is a great alternative to someone like a Kessier. I would rather have Kessier, to be honest. But then again, though, with Weston McKennie, you certainly are getting a lot more defensive output from the guy, and he really is an unbelievable kind of box to box midfielder, and that's exactly what we need. It's what David and I have really stressed for a long time is what this team needs are box to box midfielders, and he certainly fits that bill. I think Kessier would be the prime example of what we would need, as well as kind of Brozovic. But you really, I don't think we can turn up our nose at someone like Weston McKennie, at least in that regard. And what I really do like about him is he can really do a lot of different he can do a lot of different things. He can make surging runs into the box. He can carry the ball forward. He can win the ball off of some of the best players in the world. He's also very, very, very hardworking. And like when he wins the ball, he'll then lead the attack. He doesn't just become complacent after winning it. I really do enjoy watching the guy. And he does really, as you can tell here, just shows everybody the weight room when he can. And it's a very hard tackler, as we've continued to see, which I think would suit him for the Premier League as well. I have seen this goal before. That is an unbelievable goal. You can see the technical ability there with that, and a great header there as well. Great assist. And he is very confident ball carrier, as you can tell. Beautiful ball in behind. Shucks off his men there. That is beautiful to see. Plays a beautiful pass in there. Needs to be finished by Chiesa. Beautiful turn as well. Again, everybody, really, his dribbling ability does not show up in the stats, but I think it is very underrated. Some of his dribbling moves and ability there. Wow, very unselfish from the player. Absolutely ruining Griezmann there. Beautiful turn and pass. I know Morata's definitely going to miss this. Called it. Oh, beautiful header and goal there as well. What a player. Oh, great turn. Great turn. Really love this guy's, really just love this guy's ball carrying ability. I really do. He really is one of a kind player. Beautiful turn. And just gets stuck in. What a hard tackler. Beautiful. I mean, the guy honestly is just beautiful to watch at times. Again, very, very beautiful to watch. Oh, Murata misses again. Oh god, the amount of sitters this guy's put up for Murata as well. All right, well, that will do it, everybody, for this Flat Cap Euro Talk on Weston McKennie. Hopefully, you enjoyed it. I've always been pretty convinced by the guy. Always really liked him. I would rather probably have Frank Kessier and potentially Brozovic instead, but I think he would not be a bad third option. But let me know in the comments down below, everybody. Please like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell to never miss another Flat Cap Euro Talk video like this one on Scout Reports, especially come this January transfer window. And I'll be seeing you.